Self-sabotage is a really interesting thing because the same mind that creates the desire for something is the same mind that is going to procrastinate in the process of achieving that goal. Our mind is a very complex thing. It's a very unique thing, and the beautiful thing and interesting thing is no two minds are alike. I feel like everyone goes through self-sabotage where they say they want to start that business, but they procrastinate and scroll on social media and they don't do the work required. They say they're going to start a new diet, get fit, and go to the gym consistently, but instead they're on the couch eating Netflix. They're on the couch watching Netflix, eating junk food. Maybe they're consistent for a week and then they go into the process of self-sabotage again, and it's a vicious cycle that often repeats itself over and over and over again, which is why you need to figure out the cause of self-sabotage. I believe the cause of self-sabotage is your attitude towards how you view life. Because our attitude determines how we perceive reality. Because we might all think that we perceive reality as it is, or I just see something happen, I perceive it as it is, and everyone else does. But no two people are alike. No two people's attitudes are the same. And your attitude is going to determine how you perceive every situation you find yourself in. Now take, for example, I don't know, you're coming back from an injury, let's say, a big injury. And one person only sees the negatives, only sees how this is going to keep him out of action for a while, only sees how he can't train, only sees how distant it is that he's going to go back to playing. And through this attitude, you can see how this attitude allows negativity to flow into that athlete's life. And as a result, negativity is going to happen to that athlete. It's going to breed fear, anxiety, and of course is going to lead to self-sabotage. That athlete is going to not be as motivated to do his rehab. He's going to eat junk food. He's not going to study his sport still while he's injured. He's just going to say, oh, what's the point? The comeback is so distant. Now take another athlete who is in the same situation but decides to view this injury as a setup for a comeback, to come back to come back even stronger than he ever was before, to come back even fitter than he ever was before. Now you can imagine that athlete is going to have so much discipline and motivation in doing his rehab exercises every day. The athlete is going to eat healthy, drink enough water, get enough sleep, not eat junk food, not stay up late. Because that athlete's attitude has shaped the situation for him. That athlete's attitude is a breeding ground for positivity and for positive results to flow from his attitude. Through your attitude, you can change the course of your reality. If you wish to change your circumstances, you must first change your attitude. And when you realize how powerfully your attitude is actually shaping all the situation and results you are getting, you are never ever going to let yourself think negative again or perceive situations negatively. Because events, situations, everything that happens to us is neither good or bad. It is neutral. And it is we as humans who put these labels of good and bad on them, which in turn makes us feel a certain way. So if you can change your attitude to a positive attitude, which is an expansive and allows for positivity to flow into your life, I promise that your self-sabotage will completely get rid of itself. You will never self-sabotage again, because in every situation you are going to find the positive in it. You are going to find the opportunity in it, a way to get better. And the sad reality is that most people do not realize the power their attitudes hold. They blame others, they blame their external circumstances, when all the answers are within themselves. All you have to do is change your attitude, and this will change the way you perceive reality. And this will, in turn, change the circumstances you are in for the better. Self-sabotage is not an easy thing to overcome. It's not an easy thing to overcome. And I feel like everyone in between the age, every teenager and everyone in their 20s goes through that process, goes through that vicious cycle of wanting to be more, wanting to be better, but then falling back into their old habits and falling into those habits that don't benefit them in any way. Now you have taken a very important first step in realizing and in gaining the knowledge you need to change this. The only way you are going to stop self-sabotage is by changing your attitude. And by changing your attitude, then and only then will you have the power to change your circumstances.